In this short video, we look at how you can search Westlaw Edge UK to look for statutory material. But first, let's look at what statutory material is. Statute is also known as an Act of Parliament. An Act of Parliament creates a new law or changes an existing law. An Act is a bill that has been approved by both the House of Commons and the House of Lords and has been given royal assent by the monarch. Taken together, Acts of Parliament make up what is known as statute law in the UK. The government is responsible for bringing new laws into force once they have been passed by Parliament. An Act may come into force immediately, on a specific future date, or in stages. You can find out when an Act is due to come into force by looking at the section Commencement, which is among the very last sections of an Act. Sometimes a specific date is not given, and the timing is left to the discretion of the Secretary of State for the relevant government department. Statutory instruments, known as SIs, are a form of legislation which allow the provision of an Act of Parliament to be brought into force or altered without Parliament having to pass a new Act. They are also referred to as secondary, delegated or subordinate legislation, and are the tools that allow government departments and local authorities to enact legislation. Acts only contain a broad framework, and SIs are used to provide the necessary detail that would be considered too complex to include in the body of an Act. To get to Westlaw, click the Subject Resources link under Library Search. Select Law and scroll down the list of databases to Westlaw Edge UK. To search for statutory material, select Legislation Search under Legislation. Make sure primary and secondary legislation is selected and type in the full name of the Act. Click on the full Act, which is the first entry. All the parts of the Act are listed and the sections within each part are also there. The green icon indicates each section that is in force, that it's current, citable law. The small orange dot on the green icon indicates where amendments are pending. The red icon indicates sections that have been repealed that are no longer good or citable law. Click on any section for the full details. Primary references lists all future legislation that has gone on to cite the Freedom of Information Act. Commentary references is a particularly useful source of further information, providing links to journal articles that provide expert commentary, analysis, and opinion on how this part of the legislation is being used or interpreted. Topic Overviews gives a brief summary of the legislation or specific parts of it. Use the toolbar on the right to email, print or download the whole document or any section or part. For an SI, you can type in the full name of the SI or simply the number. As with the Act, each section is listed and you can see which parts of the law are good law and currently in force.